make this very clear. 1, 2, 3. Hi guys, we just analyzed the first game of the series between Serral and Neeb for IEM Katowice, and now I'm going to game 2. The first game, Neeb had a very aggressive strategy. He took the gas before the portal, when he was going for an expansion. It was a little trick he made for his build to get a quick Stargate. He did an adapt pressure with resonating glaives, and it was a good aggression. Serral didn't have a response for it, and he just died for the following aggression that Neeb prepared in game 1. So this is a very quick analysis from game 1 because I want to make an introduction, because we're going now for game 2 in this match. It was a good performance. Neeb, I don't believe he did he looks a little bit shaky this year right now, but Serral did a great job in this tournament. He went very far, and he is, I believe, for the last 6 to 7 months, the main foreign hope right now to reach a high tier, a god tier level of skill. Hello, nice to meet you too. So this is game 2 of the series, and let's do this. Acid Plant is the name of the map. Neeb spawning here in the bottom right position, and Serral spawning here in the top left position. Again, Neeb is doing this now for the second game in a row. A fairly quick assimilator before he goes for the portal, and I believe that this is for a Stargate build. And I also believe this has something to do with him trying to get the Twilight Council before getting his third base. Let's see. Let's see what's his thought pattern. Banaloch has asked, did you think that Serral got a little bit scared from that build? I will answer in Portuguese because he asked it in Portuguese. Banaloch, não acredito que ele ficou intimidado, mas eu acho que a pressão das adeptas surpreenderam ele um pouco. Eu acredito que ele fez o reconhecimento do Stargate, mas não fez o reconhecimento do gás, então ele não sabia da coleta do gás SPN o suficiente. Então eu acho que foi mais um sentido de surpresa e não estar tão preparado para a pressão com a adepta. Now I'm going to answer this in English. I don't believe that Serral was scared or a little bit intimidated from that last build. I believe that Serral scouted the Stargate, didn't click on the Vespene gas, and didn't have the full information that the Resonating Glaives research was being made. So I believe he was prepared for the Stargate, the first 2 adepts pressure, but the following adept pressure with Resonating Glaives, and I believe 8 or 10 adepts, got him by surprise. He was not prepared for that. He didn't have enough planelinks, and he was not prepared in a flank or something like this. So I believe that was the main problem. No problems, Benola. I will answer this in Portuguese as well, because there may be someone who doesn't understand English that well. So right now, Stargate again for Neeb, and I believe this is what he's doing with this gas first. He doesn't commit a lot of probes in the gas, but when he's just ready, but he got the gas a little bit early so he doesn't delay his Stargate. And right now he has an adept in the map, trying to keep tabs on what Serral is doing. I'm going to eat some acai right now. Good scout here from Neeb. He's watching the third being made. He checked. He knows that some drones has been made for the natural, so it's not for now an all-in for Serral as far as Neeb knows. There may be something hidden in the main base. He didn't go there to check, but the second adept arrives, and now is the time that he will probably try and make something happen. He tried to make to keep between the minerals to try and avoid being surrounded. And right now 2 Zerglings go in the main base of Neeb. He scouts fairly everything. He saw the Stargate, he didn't see further research. He knows that the second and third portal is being done, and now he's trying to be annoying, just a little bit annoying. A small supply block from Neeb right now. Oracle on the map, I believe that the adepts went home. They are here, closing the main, uh, the the natural wall, and the Oracle is trying to deal some damage. Didn't kill any drones, got some damage from the Spore Crawler and the Queen, and there are some Zerglings already knocking on the front door. Phoenix to try and keep this overlords away from his main base, try to avoid the drops, but this time there is already an evolution chamber from Serral. So he's allowing himself to try and do drop lords. He didn't research the overlord speed for now, but there is already a threat in Neeb's mind. If he goes there, he scouts this evolution chamber. He's probably already aware that the drops are a possibility right now. +1 melee for the Zerg player. Remember that with +2 the banelings one-shot the drones. 22 Zerglings in the production tab for Serral. Okay. What he's doing from the last game, he knows that Neeb likes to do this adept pressure. Right now he made a good round of Zerglings. This time there is no resonating glaives. The adepts are on move command. They are not attacking at all. The oracles are trying to keep damage, to do damage in the main base, and the Zerglings were not enough, but bought some time for him to go and try to make some more units. Right now, what Neeb is doing, he's keeping Serral busy making units, not drones, not building an economy. And what Neeb is trying to, he's doing fairly great, is to keeping this third base in check. Right now, Serral is relying on these queens to do the damage for the adepts, and he's trying to make us around here. I believe that he deflected this fairly in a good fashion. He didn't get as much damage in his mineral lines as he did last game, but in this game particularly, Neeb got a fairly quicker third base. He didn't commit so much with the adepts. He still has his oracles to control the map, to get more information, to scout what Serral is doing, and Charge is being researched, Immortals on the way, and Robo Bay from Neeb. This is a little bit different. Hi Heita, how are you? I want to see what he's going to do with Robo Bay. If he's going for a Colossus build, this will be a very different thing that I'm used to watching the Protoss players doing. So right now, Stasis wards on the mineral lines, good reactions from Serral. Only one. Ooh, recall on the oracles. Okay, this is fairly interesting as well. So good moves here from Serral, negating the stasis wards, and the Phoenix is keeping tabs on drop lords. Transition is going there for the players, and this is a fairly standard game. Colossus being built from Neeb. He didn't research the thermal lens, and okay, so now the extended thermal lens is being researched. Zealots are being researched, the charge as well. So he's doing a Colossus build. This is not very usual. I don't believe Colossus are back in the metagame, but hey, it can work. I don't agree with him putting pressure with only one Colossus. His composition is not very strong. Right now there are already a lot of Hydralisks and Queens in the field. So this is turning into a good macro game. The game is going to be a late game. The transitions are being made in a fairly clean fashion. Besides Neeb putting pressure on the Zerg player and trying to deal damage in the mineral lines, Serral always trying to oh, good engagement here, good force fields from Serral, killing many lurkers already. 3 lurkers are down. Good moves from Neeb. How is Serral going to hold that? I don't know. Now he got some. Ooh. Okay, so right here, what happened? Neeb stepped a little too much further. he was a little too eager to try and finish the game. He killed 3 lurkers. He did a lot of damage in the mineral lines, but the reinforcements from Serral got here from the natural main and third base in the right time. Many roaches were made to negate the effects of the light bonus damage that the Colossus have to face against Hydralisks. So good transition from Serral. He saw the Colossus and he made a lot of roaches to respond to that. He knew that there were not a lot of immortals in the field. So good movements from Serral, good transition. He lost the first engagement with the lurkers because there were a lot of Hydralisks. And yes, he was a little bit too greedy. If he killed the lurkers, did some damage in the 4th base and got back or recalled, he would be in a great position. Now he has his Colossus tech reset. He doesn't have any Colossus in his composition. He has only 1 sentry. He lost, I believe, 1 immortal there. 3 immortals actually. So Neeb got a little bit too greedy. He went a little too further. And now he has to worry with lurkers that he already knows that Serral can make. Oh, good. Now good movement here from Neeb, trying to avoid being sieged. Good move here. And now killing a little bit of the Serral's units for free. Don't go over the ramp against lurkers. It's never a good idea. Good moves now from Serral, also trying to counterattack with the roaches. Neeb is very far. 1 immortal here just says, okay, go away, roaches. We don't want you here. Neeb is trying to intercept those roaches as well. He doesn't want the threat to keep to be kept in his side of the map. Good moves here from Neeb right now. And now Serral is making a lot of lurkers. Already 3 in the map, 3 more being morphed. The main problem here is Neeb is getting his plus 3 weapon. He's getting a 5th base. His economy is flying with 82 probes. Neeb is in fine shape. He didn't research Storm, which is a concern of mine. I don't like a Protoss player don't having Storm right now. He doesn't have any area of damage to try and deal with these Hydralisks. He just relies on these Archons, which are not very reliable. They need to get close range to deal a lot of damage. So the lurkers will have a little bit of free damage against his opponent for a little bit. Now he's trying to flank the composition from Serral. He's going to engage, and Serral is preparing a flank of his. He has good engagement here from Neeb, but he's going to get flanked. He needs to try and intercept. He needed to... the lurkers are doing too much damage. The immortals did not get in time against those lurkers. Good defense from Serral. I need to address to this engagement again. Neeb tried to make a good engagement. He had Revelation in half of Serral's army. He knew that the flank was coming. So what was Neeb's mistake there? Actually, I believe that his only mistake was not having enough sentries. If he had engaged in the high ground against the composition he had here and had 3 force fields for this ramp, he would have won the fight here. He would probably have killed this 4th base, and he could recall if he didn't want to go. He didn't commit. The problem, he commit way too further again. So let's see if what I said makes sense. Let me go here. I believe it's just before the engagement. Okay, so what we have here? 1 sentry, a lot of Archons, a lot of Immortals. He already did Revelation here. He knew that this was a possibility, that the flank that Serral is doing here is a possibility. So what is missing from this composition here? 3 force fields. close here, then these units here would have to make a choice. Go and deny this 5th, go and attack this 4th, which is a... there are stasis wards there, so it's a little bit tricky to do this. So he had to make... he would force Serral to make a choice. But he just has 1 sentry. So he cannot commit too much for this engagement. So let's see. Okay, he goes... he wants to fight. This is clear here. He wants to kill this composition. He has what it takes to take this composition. So, pause here. He has +2. He has a good engagement. He committed to an engagement just before his +3 is ready. I'm not saying that he made a huge mistake. He had a good read on this engagement right here. But he was a little bit too eager. And this is what I believe that this is something a player like Serral will not forgive. And this is a good move here. This moment here, I already know what's going in Neeb's mind. He's saying, oh god. He's saying, oh god, because his units are hurt. His zealots are dancing between the immortals. They are not being a part of the fight. And now he noticed that he committed too much. He went too further. And he's going to lose this fight and probably the game. Because right now, the engage just finished. +3 is ready. So, not enough sentries. He had the revelation. He had all the information he needed to have. And now, Serral is going to play this cool. He's going to try and deal a lot of damage. He's going to siege up Neeb. He's not going to allow Neebs to rebuild his army. But Serral, he cannot commit as well. Because his economy is being shaky. He doesn't have a 5th base, which Neeb has. He doesn't have a lot of units. He doesn't have a bank. And this is something that Serral must be aware of as well. He's making lurkers. He's trying to make the lurkers win the game for him right now. He doesn't want to engage. He wants Neeb to come to his field. So right now, he kills the 4th. He's going to go around and siege the 5th of Neeb. And this is going to be the nail in the coffin. Neeb is trying to expand for the right position. Now Serral is making a move that I particularly don't like, but I like because he's doing this. He caught Neeb's attention from one side and he's attacking from another. And this is basically the only economy that Neeb has right now. Only the 3rd that doesn't have a lot of minerals left. The natural that doesn't have a lot of minerals left. So Neeb basically is mining with 80 workers in 3 bases that doesn't have enough mineral fields. So good moves from Serral. In the beginning I was not agreeing from him detaching a lot of the chunk of the army, but it was a great move. He denied more bases, and I believe that the game is now coming to an end. Storm being researched. Neeb, this is too late. Good late game control from Serral, good reads. I believe there was a few mistakes from Neeb. Right now, Neeb is trying to make this engagement happen before that the number of lurkers is ready. But look, another flank is coming, and I don't believe that Serral is allowing this game to go away. Last fight of the game. The immortals are dying. The archons are dying. GG 1-1. Good game, good control from Serral, good game from Neeb as well, but a few reading mistakes, I believe, from Neeb. He had an economy advantage. He didn't take Storm, which is a decision. This is not a mistake. This was his decision. He had Templar Archives for too long for him not have realized that he did not have the Storm researched. And the main mistake that I saw Neeb doing in this game was this engagement right here. Right here. 82 workers, 5th base on the way. Serral don't have a 5th base on the way. Serral is relying on this 4 base economy. He knows that his army is slow, he's relying on the lurkers, and he wants Neeb to engage him. He wants to make a good fight. So, it was a fairly even game right until now. The decisions made in the game got Serral in a tough position here, but he was in a good position for the game. Because he was not behind, he was behind in economy, he has an army advantage, and he has a lot of lurkers. And this is going to make a difference. Neeb here also has a good read on what's going on in the game. He has a good army, he has good upgrades. He could have waited for the +3, which was a huge mistake that may have cost him the game. So, in this game, right now, anything can happen. Neeb has an advantage because of the economy and and he can remake his army fairly easy. But Serral was not away. He needs to do this flank to win this game, and it's exactly what he does. Good calls from Neeb, good calls from Serral, and right here, you see that you're not going to win the fight. You see that you're going to be flanked. Recall. Try to recall. I don't know if that was in Neeb's mind at all, but this move here cost him the game. He didn't go back. Okay, game 2 finished. So we started with the gas first for Neeb again to make a quick Stargate, put a pressure with 2 adepts and try to force a few units, try to get some workers in the mineral lines. Do a quick Stargate to use the oracles to keep the economy of the Zerg in check as well. And this was the first initial moves. He also did that move with 8 adepts in the middle of the map without resonating glaives, but Serral was ready for that. He lost only 4 or 5 workers to that aggression and killed 8 adepts, so it's okay to lose only that few workers. The main problem is that he didn't mine in his third for too long. He was delayed in his economic growth, and Serral relied on the lurkers to keep him alive in the game. He knew his economy was not that good. He would have to rely on a unit that deals a lot of damage. So Neeb also did an interesting choice for going to Colossus. I don't know if it was a good... if it was a good choice. I truly don't believe that he did anything for him. Besides the first engagement where he killed 3 lurkers, the reinforcements got there in time and killed all his army because the Colossus don't do any damage against the roaches. So I don't believe the Colossus tech was a good investment for Neeb there. So this is game 2. Serral letting Neeb try to hit him, letting Neeb to dictate the pace of the game, but always reacting at the right time, at the right moment, with the right units to Neeb's composition. So Serral did a good Zerg game that relies on scouting, relies on composition, and relies on reacting to his opponent. This is usually what is done basically in Zerg versus Terran, but I believe this is also true against Protoss in a few moments.